So, as you might have guessed, in today's video, we'll talk about penalty marks in UPSC mains. Now, this is something that happens with a lot of candidates every year, and it's something that is completely avoidable. So, we'll talk about what are the ways in which UPSC can give you negative marks, and this happens to multiple candidates every year. Please completely avoid. So, on the second page of the QCAB, so QCAB, सबसे पहली चीज, if you're giving your mains for the first time, what you get is a question come answer booklet. In this, there'll be a separate section at the end, meaning 2-3 pages of just the question paper will also be attached. So you can tear away that question paper and you can carry that plus QP. So this you get to take home. But the QCAB is what you'll be writing your answers in. And QCAB को use करने के लिए UPSC has given some basic guidelines which will also be mentioned on the second page of the QCAB. So please go and do check those also. Simple things. Number one, any sort of markings on the front page where you're supposed to write the name of the exam, medium of the exam, all of these sorts of things. 786, across, Om, Hari Krishna, anything of that sort, because people have a tendency to write this ki bhi Shri Ganeshaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya. Anything of that sort will get you negative marks. So please avoid any of these things. अब इस पे don't give me the argument कि ये छोटा था, बड़ा था, क्या था. It's negative, so it's negative. Alright, so the QCAB will have margins like this, which if you have used any of these, UPSC style answer books, तो इसके side में margin रहता है. Now, one important thing I want to clarify over here is that these booklets that you get are taller than the actual QCAB in the exam. These UPSC वाला QCAB का size में भी शायद इतना रहता है, ऊपर से 1.5 inch. It is slightly wider and slightly shorter than an A4 page. So that's something that I want you to keep in mind because, every year people get confused. Okay, it's a different dimension. Now, do not write anything in the margins which is not directly relevant to your answer. Meaning, if some word is getting spelled over, right? I was writing over here, ये चल जाएगा फिर भी, this will still work. But again, if you can avoid, please do avoid. But 10, 45, 60, 85 इस टाइप से कुछ नहीं लिखना. Some people also have a habit of कि, while they are practicing, so at the start of the page, they'll write the time. At the end of it, they'll write the time so that they're very aware of how much time is happening. Similarly, either side is valid. Left में लिखो, right में लिखो, doesn't make a difference. Now, if you are writing your name on the QCAB, like Mr. Vineet over here, or if you're writing your roll number, both of these are disclosing your identity to the examiner. If you disclose your identity to the examiner, that is considered as you trying to influence the examiner because, sometimes examiner भी कौन है? मतलब भाई universities के professors वगैरह ही हैं, so somebody might know somebody, so therefore trying to identify yourself to the examiner will attract negative marks. Similarly, यहाँ पे roll number is still visible, name is still visible, so this will still get you penalty marks even though it's cancelled. If by chance you have made this error, please ensure that you cross this out completely so that it's not visible. That will still work. But first, the best thing would be don't make this mistake. If you have made it like Mr. Vineet, do not leave it like that. Cross it out completely so that it's not visible. Examiner की जगह पे फिर से do not sign by yourself. These are simple things, but when in pressure situation we're sitting in mains, a lot of these mistakes happen and it's okay. If you have made this, again, be very thorough, do that. Now, this is another example of ki if you're writing, let's say the English language paper or any paper for that matter where somewhere or the other you have signed your name. So again, this will attract penalty marks identifying yourself to the examiner. Now, another big no-no in UPSC is writing in 2 languages. Meaning, if you have chosen English medium, write in English. If you've chosen Hindi medium, write in Hindi. You cannot switch. Half I've written in English, half I've written in Hindi. No, that will not be the case because see, UPSC also has its process whereby the English medium examiners might be people who do not know Hindi and Hindi medium examiners might not know English. Therefore, avoid can fetch you penalty marks. Partly in ink and partly in pencil because these sorts of things have happened before. I'm sure a lot of you did this in college also कि pencil से लिख दिया कुछ कर दिया खाली छोड़ दिया and then went back and filled it in again. So, will attract penalty marks to begin with. Whatever you might have gained, you'll lose more than that. Now, direct or indirect appeal कि भाई गाय हमारी माता है, हमको कुछ नहीं आता है, और this is my last attempt, anything of this sort, if written anywhere, mostly will attract penalty marks. If your handwriting is illegible, now this is something that a lot of people ask, कि, what if I have bad handwriting? And the answer that I give to them is, if I can read what you have written, it's fine. But I'm sure none of you can read what is written over here. So in such a case, this person will get penalty marks because, again, I don't know what is written. So is this the right answer, wrong answer? How do I know? I don't. Therefore, penalty marks, and any which way, this sort of, if this bad your handwriting is, you will have to spend some time improving so that it's at least, legible. Legible handwriting हमें at least चाहिए. Legible माने कि it should be readable. Finally, it might just happen that, I was in a rush and I was reading the questions from the question paper. And what I did is I saw question number 7 from the question paper and I started writing. Only later did I notice that what have I done? I have answered in the QCAB where question 8 was. Right? 2 page flip ho gaya, and now I've written answer 7 in question 8. Nothing can be done about this. You have messed up. The only thing that you can do is question number 8 is gone. Cancel it out, cross it out. You can't be like now कि question number 7 में question को काट के and then I'll write the other question and then I'll answer that. Will not happen. The easier thing for you to do will be to take the loss of that one question and move on. Even in the rough pages, right, at the end of each QCAB, you will get 4 to 5 rough pages. In the essay paper, you might get more. Even in the rough pages, if you have drawn some symbols, some random scribbles, or क्या बोलते हैं उनको आजकल वो जो infinite patterns कुछ बनते रहते हैं जो so anything of that sort, why are you doing this in the first place? Probably because you have finished the paper and you will not be allowed to leave the exam hall till everybody's paper is over and the bell has rung. In such a case, if you are waiting to kill time, take a nap. Don't do this drawing, negative marking. This is anywhere, not just in the empty space. Even if it is written that it's rough space, even here, do not do these sorts of things. Finally, UPSC has also given you some examples of what a correctly filled QCAB will look like. So this is the first page. Over here, you write the exam, the medium, and here you write your roll number. So hota kya hai? This page is torn in half so that it's available for matching later on. If you have to cancel something, draw 2 lines through it, right? ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने cancel करने के लिए ऐसा बस यूं मार के छोड़ दिया, because again, I'm not sure, do I mark it, do I not mark it? So if you want to cancel, specifically draw 2 lines through it. If you can write cancelled, even better. But even if you don't, not that much of an issue. There should be no doubt as to कि भाई this is cancelled, right? So 2 lines more than enough. So these are some of the things that I want you to keep in mind if you're attempting mains this year, and all the best on your UPSC journey.